Over 100 years ago, William Wilgus, the genius designer behind what is now Grand Central Terminal in New York City, envisioned a waterfront rail loop system that encompassed all of New York Harbor while providing Brooklyn and Queens with direct rail access to the rest of the country. The crown in this jewel that he envisioned was to be the Verrazzano Narrows Rail Tunnel between Bay Ridge in Brooklyn and St. George on Staten Island. The plan was sponsored by then New York City Mayor Red Mike Hyland. It was financed by the City of New York and the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. The B&O operated interurban rail and freight service on Staten Island's north and south shores. The Narrows Tunnel was fully designed and partially built in the early 1920s. However, political pressure from rival railroads doomed the project. To this day, a ventilation shaft access point exists at the intersection of 68th Street and Shore Road in Brooklyn. Present-day planners have been advocating for a new light rail line along Route 440 on Staten Island. The reactivation of the disused Staten Island Railroad's North Shore branch, in addition to the hybrid use of the extant Long Island Railroad Bay Ridge branch / New York Connecting Railroad as a freight line by night and a modern rail mass transit line by day by these planners. All around the world, light rail vehicles are known as modern streetcars. They have proven to be an extremely effective tool for urban economic revitalization. Just as the pioneer steam railroads opened the frontier during the days of yore, modern streetcars / light rail have been transforming depressed urban areas into economic dynamos, creating new jobs and housing opportunities along their routes. Ton for ton, any vehicle that runs on rails only needs 5% of the energy a road vehicle on rubber tire uses. All rubber tire vehicles are subject to extreme fractional hysteric energy loss, the flat place on a tire that touches the road. All rubber tire vehicles are subject to extreme fractional hysteric energy loss. A major advantage of electric-powered rail transit is that streetcars have no tailpipes and produce zero pollution emissions. In contrast, buses burning CNG fuel emit significant carbon dioxide greenhouse gas.
Where an automobile freeway is used for traffic from a suburb to a downtown area, the installation of a rapid transit line down the center of the freeway is relatively inexpensive, and it can increase the capacity of the freeway nearly 10 times. One street with 3 lanes of automobiles can move only 3,700 people per hour. The same street with 2 lanes of automobiles and 1 lane for surface cars can move 15,630 people per hour. This great increase is possible because 86% of these people will be carried by the public transit vehicle.
One trolley coach provides enough transportation per trip to eliminate the need for as many as 50 parking spaces in a downtown area. A modern streetcar, with its large carrying capacity, handles enough traffic each day to remove hundreds of cars from heavily congested downtown areas. A 4-track system of this type can carry 100,000 people per hour in each direction. To do the same job with automobiles would require more than 100 lanes of highway over a half-mile wide, and costing many times more than the entire rapid transit system.
One automobile requires 240 square feet of parking space, while each passenger needs only 150 square feet of office space for his work. Since the average load per automobile is 1 3/4 persons, 140 square feet of parking space is needed for each passenger. So if all the workers in any office building came to work in automobiles, the parking space required would just about double the size of the building, or require another building of equal size. Therefore, it is obvious that city transportation must be built upon an efficient public transit system.